everybody. Welcome to the Truth Will Set You Free show. This show is brought to you by TLBTV and Liberty Beacon Project. And I am excited as usual because I have the best guest to just touch my heart, my life, my soul, my spirit. And I have today Kenneth Choo. Is that correct, Choo?
Yes. Hi, Linda. Hi, thanks for inviting. I'm doing great.
All right.
Yes. Yeah.
And he is so many things, and I just feel like he's about the best person I can tell you. One thing I should say, I believe at birth he was entrepreneur. I don't know why his name was entrepreneur. And you're from Singapore, right?
Yes, all the way from Singapore.
Singapore. Tell us a little bit about that place.
Singapore is a very tiny. We call ourselves a red dot. Very tiny that you can't even notice on the map. And Singapore, basically, we are a developed country, a big city, and we have about 5 million people here in a very small island. So over here, we are pretty safe because we are surrounded by a lot of other countries, our neighboring countries. So for us, we are free from natural disaster, earthquake, maybe tsunami and all that stuff. So for us, we are into our 52 years old. The country is only 52 years old, and we just celebrated our National Day. So it's pretty awesome. And what can I say about our country? I can say that pretty safe and clean. That's what a lot of like the tourists that they are here. They find it's really clean, safe, and also we have one of the world-class airport, which is our Changi Airport. Yeah, so we are well known for our airport, and a lot of maybe my friends from overseas they thought that we belongs to China. So in fact we are standalone, we are republic, and I have been staying here for all my life. I wish I was overseas at other countries. Yeah, so Singapore is pretty comfortable place, nice place, and we have a lot of expatriates, people from all over the world staying here, sending their kids for education. Yeah, that's what I can say about Singapore. Yeah, anything you wish to know about Singapore?
Well, one of the things that I noticed about you, though, it was something missing for you there because you just start unfolding and developing all these different ideas to make it a better place for everybody. It wasn't even just I mean, you came up with these programs to help prosperity there, right?
You mean for the country?
Right. You had these programs, like you went through this education and you developed a way to create prosperity there.
Yes. In fact, we are a financial hub. We have a lot of local banks, foreign banks, basically a lot of financial services are here. And Singapore is well known for our seaport. That means we have a lot of big containers, ships that stop over here to get their resources. So we are well known since the first day that Singapore was born. Yeah, we are well known for our port and our financial hub, and we have a lot of headquarters all over the world that are stationed over here. Because in fact, a lot of people does not know that Singapore, our first language is English.
Really?
Yeah, although for me I'm a Chinese, but our first language is English, and most of our signages, our road signs, even our directional signs are all in English. Although we have some street names that are in our own language, like in Chinese or even in Malay. So English is our first language. Then, like for me, I'm a Chinese. We call it mother tongue, which is our second language, which is Chinese. And we have about like four basic ethnic groups, like Chinese, Malay, Indians, and Eurasians.
Wow. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I remember when I was reading about you, you came up with this program to help people to be able to help themselves over there.
Yes. Basically, basically, I'm author of upcoming book, Mother Industrialist: Perfecting the Balance Between Motherhood and Business Success. So in my book, I've interviewed 20 mompreneurs that I worked with in the past 9 to 10 years. And it's because I used to work for a parenting magazine as an advertising sales. And that's where most of my clients, they are mothers. And they start their business because they had a child, they wanted more time with the child, and by starting a business they are able to live their life on their own terms. And that's what I'm passionate about, because in the past 9 to 10 years, even for myself, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm a dad. I'm 36 years old, happily married with an 8-year-old daughter. And I'm really excited because in my past 8 to 9 years working with all the moms, I gained a lot of parenting tips, and they are now my clients, my good friends. We see our kids grown up over the years. And when I wanted to write a book, they just came into my mind because I see them having time freedom, financial freedom, because their business have grown over the years. And for me, because I'm seeing most of my friends who are in a job, who are working moms, they're having this struggle. And because a lot of them are exchanging time for money, and by the time they reach home, they see their young ones, they are not able to be at the right state of mind because they are so stressed from work. And also they are also very tight on money, because having a kid in Singapore is not cheap. It average costs at least about half of one's salary, one's pay. Because if you do not have someone to take care of your kid, you need to send your child to what we call childcare, or maybe infant care, that costs at least maybe in about 1,000 to 2,000 every month. That is that basic cost, which is about most of half of our salary here. Yeah. So that is why when I see that drastic difference between my mompreneurs, that the clients who are moms who are working, and versus those most of my friends who are in the corporate job, who are also moms, I see that drastic difference. And I see that a lot of my friends who are working moms, they're having this guilt of not be able to spend more time with their kids, because they need to work in their corporate job. Most of the time they are doing overtime, and when they are back home, they are so tired that they could not even spare any more time for their kids, because their kids just miss their parents so much that they want to have more time. But because they're tired, they are stressed, and the kids just want a bit of time from them. But because they are so tired, they are not able to be at the right state of mind. Sometimes they maybe flare up, throw the temper on them, which I feel that is the child is innocent, just that because of the environment that causes it to be like that. And I have moms that they wanted to step up from the corporate job. They want to do things that they love, but they do not have the time. And that's where I come in, because with my unique background of working with all the moms, and being a dad myself, I can relate to it, because working with moms and seeing all my mompreneurs prosper, and most of them have at least two and more kids. And I see that they're enjoying their life, they're spending more time with their children, and financially they're able to support because of the business. So that's why I want to bring it across that living your life at your own terms is possible, not just for anybody, especially for moms. And in order for moms to really be able to spend more time with their kids, entrepreneurship is one of the best way I can think of. And I've seen it through all the mompreneurs in the past 9 to 10 years. They are achieving that. And I want to bring that knowledge. That's why in my book, Mother Industrialist, I interviewed 20 mompreneurs that comes from all sorts of life, putting their stories into my book, sharing all the mothers out there that they do not, because there's a lot of myth that a lot of moms will be thinking that they need degrees, they need business degree, they need to have a lot of money to start a business, they need to know a lot of people to start a business. So with all these inspiring stories, real life inspiring stories, is able to tell the mothers that you don't have to have all this And in my book, I talk about having the 3 Ps, which is passion, profit, and purpose. Because this is what I've observed, and I realized that for a successful business, you need these 3 Ps: passion, profit, and purpose. And I see it in the mompreneurs, and most of them, they still have their business running for the past 10 years. And it's getting better and better because they have all these 3 Ps. Yeah. So that is why I want to bring it out to the audience, to the moms, that all this is possible. Once you have these three pillars, these 3 Ps for a business, even before you start, you just have to get these 3 Ps in. You will have a successful business, especially for a mom. Parenting is very, very important. And that's where, other than these 3 Ps, for a mompreneur, the last P will be parenting, because it evolves around parenting. That's why you have these 3 Ps. It is like your why you are doing this, the passion, the desire. And I see all of that in the mompreneurs that I work with in the past 9 to 10 years. And I want to bring this to all the mothers and tell them that you can do it, because all the mompreneurs, they were like you before, and they have achieved it, and so can you. So through my book, with these 3 Ps, with the stories, you are able to create a life of your own, living life on your own terms, and you are able to spend more time with your loved ones and your children.
And
Yeah.
I want everybody to know something. I didn't even try to introduce you to anybody because I knew you could do it yourself, because you are such a self-made person. It's like, I'm trying to understand something though. It's like you have certain and several foundations.
Yes.
Was you in photography?
In fact, I'm not from photography, but I love photography, and I used I used to have a family business. We run photo studios. I don't know whether you still remember that back then we have negatives, film that you need to develop, and before you can develop into photos. So my family business was doing that, and because of the digital age, digital photography, that even Kodak has vanished, and so does my family business, because of technology revolution. You can put it in that way, disrupted the whole photography. Yeah. So so that was when my foundation of photography comes in, and I love to take photos. If you go into my Facebook page, a lot of my photos are with my daughter. Yeah. So for me, I treasures the time with my loved ones. So I take a lot of photos. Yeah, maybe because of my family business, that's why I really love photography. But I have not been into professional photography, but I just love it. Yeah.
And you also are a speaker and a consultant. You have other things going on besides being an author too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, because I was in the media and sales, sorry, it's sales and marketing in the media industry for the past 9 to 10 years. As I was sharing, I was with a parenting magazine. I start from publishing. I was with our local TV station as a media sales. I was promoting TV airtime, getting clients to advertise through TV commercials. And in my last job, I was working for a media marketing company where I'm a marketing consultant. I help my clients to outshine their competitors through marketing. And through there, I also gain a lot of media and digital marketing. And I'm really passionate about creative stuff. And a lot of people does not know that. In fact, I studied fashion designing. I was a fashion designer. Yeah. So yeah, pretty in my life. I've done a lot of things, like you were saying that I have my own company. I'm doing media, I'm into photography, and I'm also into designing. And I'm now an author. In fact, I'm doing a lot of things in my life because I love to keep myself busy. I love to help people, And that's why with my book, I'm also a part of my book sales is going to my adopted charity, because I love giving back, and I'm able to do so. I'm really blessed, and yeah, pretty exciting.
Yeah, see, the thing is, this is really beautiful too. Your daughter seems to be your life teacher, because it was a couple of things she have said that you shared with us. One of the things she said, I want to be just like you, Daddy, because you always
Yes.
giving to charities.
Yes, correct. Wow. In fact, recently we just because I was a committee for this local volunteer event, that we bought one of the charities over. They means the children. They are underprivileged, so most of them are not. The parents do not have a high income, and that's where they are supported by the government. And through this community, we brought all the kids, the underprivileged kids, to our science center, where they get to see things from the science perspective, like how does light comes about. So we brought all these kids, and this is the first time that they've been to the science center, despite they are like 8 years old, 9 years old, because their parents are not able, they can't afford. That's why we organized this trip, and to bring the kids to the science center. To them, is overwhelming. Which normal kids like my daughter, she has been to science center like a couple of times, and that's where when she was accompanying me for this event, I was a committee. She was left on her own with other volunteers to mingle with the kids. And after the event, she told me, Papa, she called me Papa. So, Papa, can I come and join you for the next volunteer event, next charity event? Because I want to help all these kids, because they're like kind of poor thing, and I really want to help, because I'm so fortunate that I have all my toys. I want to share my toys with them. And that really warms my heart. And that is the reason that why I'm constantly giving back, because I want to be a good role model for my daughter, and not just for my daughter, and for a lot of kids out there. And yeah, and talking about it, I'm having some like tears and stuff, because yeah.
Yeah, and another thing she said that I thought was cute too was she was pivotal to you making decisions also, because she said to you, she said, Daddy, how come you don't talk to me as much anymore?
Wow, that is a part of my life that I okay, because in my life I've been in sales for past 9 to 10 years. So I'm into jobs that pay me really well, because sales is all about commissions. But because the environment that I was in back then in that company, it was very, very political. That people were because I was doing very well for my sales, and because the team overall, I'm the top in. I'm still hitting my commission and stuff, but my because people have been like having I do not know how you can put it. They felt that I was outshining them, and a lot of politics, a lot of gossip around, and that caused me to deep into depression. I didn't even know that I was in depression. I was in depression for 6 months. I couldn't sleep because the moment I close my eyes, the next day is going to be a terrible day for me. It's going to be hell for me, because I'm going back to the environment that is so negative, so political, that I do not wish to. That's why I couldn't sleep, and I do not want to take sleeping pills, and I just make myself. I started drinking because I I wanted to sleep. So through drinking, I'm able to put myself to sleep, and I couldn't eat well too. And in that 6 months, I put on 10 kg of weight. So I was like even more ballooned than now.
Imagine.
Yeah. So when I look back, I was like, what happened? And I didn't realize all that. And for me, I'm an extrovert. I love to meet people. I love to talk. I love to share things with people. But during that 6 months, I basically close up myself, because whatever I say, it will go wrong. People will start gossiping about whatever I say. So in the end, I enclosed myself. I became an introvert. I just focused on my job, on my sales job, just getting the commission. Because for me, as a husband, as a dad, also the sole breadwinner, I'm bringing money in, feeding my family, but I wasn't happy in my work, and that caused me into depression. And Linda, you were saying that my daughter talked to me and said, "Papa, how come you stopped talking to me?" And that woke me up from that depression, because even my wife, she knew that I was in that state, but she couldn't help because I just shut myself from everybody. I just distanced myself from everybody. I stopped basically talking because subconsciously I know that if I talk, there's going to be problems. There's going to be gossip. So subconsciously I'm having that. But as a dad, when your darling daughter comes to you and tell you that, basically it woke me up. But I did not realize that what was the problem until the next day. I think things happen for a reason. God had been really well, very good with me. Um, the next day, I met a very good friend that I've not met for the past 6 to 7 months. We met up for lunch, and she was telling me that, Kenneth, you have not been happy. And that was that trigger point. I realized that really I was not happy at all. And when I'm not happy, people around me can feel it. They know that I'm not happy. They are not happy too, but they do not know what to do. So I began to find out what makes me happy. And on the next day, I just tendered my resignation, and it just lift me up. Yeah. So but imagine I was earning quite well, and I'm willing to give up all that because I'm not happy. So happiness to me, from that day onwards, it became the key to my life. That means the purpose of my life, to be happy. Because when I'm happy, whatever I do is going to be good. And that's why now I'm giving back to charity. I'm building business. I'm writing a book, sharing all the mompreneur stories to all the mothers out there, that they could live a life on their own terms too. And that's why I'm doing a lot of things that make me happy, because when I'm happy, people around me, my family members, even my daughter, like you shared with me, like when she told me that she wanted to give back, she wanted to help more children, that is priceless to me. And I wanted that to be even more for a lot of people out there. Because as we know, most of our friends, most people out there are not happy because they are not doing something that they love. They are doing something that the environment requires them to do. And maybe over time, like 5 years, 10 years down the road, they realize that, what am I doing? What's the purpose of my life? And why am I doing all this? Is it because of money, or is it because of our loved ones? So that is what drives me now, to really share more things with more people out there. And because of my background, and with my contacts, with and my network with all the mompreneurs, through their stories, is able to impact more mothers. And I'm just very inspired and wanted to do this because it gave me a lot of purpose. And other than doing this, I'm still able to give back to to charity, especially the less privileged children, because I'm a parent, and I want to help more kids also. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah. Thanks for bringing up that portion, which that may help a lot of people. And in fact, through how I overcome the depression is I've been through a few things. I even did hypnotherapy. Yeah, so I've been through that. I even I have a friend who's very good, very strong in astrology. So yeah, I basically done a lot of things to get me out of that. And I also went for a charity event, basically helping up this orphanage in Mesot, which is between Myanmar, at the borders between Myanmar and Thailand. So it's an orphanage where a lot of babies were abandoned at the borders, because of, how should I put it, in the past, because in the past, because the parents in Myanmar, they were not able to feed their children, and they have no choice to leave them abandon them because they are not able to even to feed them. So there's this Norwegian guy in Thailand at the borders at Mason. He was an English teacher there, and he saw that happen. He adopted that 3 kids, and now from that 3 kids, it has grown to 3 orphanages over the course of 10 years, and also a youth school. So I was there last year November to help them to build their houses, toilets, trenches, and that was the moment that I can say that it triggered and changed my life. And that's why I'm so inspired to write my book, because the purpose now is not just for myself or the mothers, it's for those children that is over there, because part of my book proceeds will be going to them, and because I've been there, done all the work, and with all this funding, I'm able to hit another project to bring a new batch of volunteers to go there to build things that they need. Yeah, so that's why I'm even more thrilled and even more motivated to quickly get my book out, and to help more mothers, at the same time also to help more kids over there.
And you're doing an amazing job talking about that book. Tell the name of that book.
Yeah, and it's called Mother Industrialist. Can I bring my book?
Sure.
Yeah, so
that book,
Mother Industrialist, yeah.
Yeah, that book is really going to be amazing help for a lot of people who wants time to themselves. And one of the things I learned about you too, you may not be aware of this, is how current you are. You live in the now and you maximize that now. Because it's like you don't really talk in the past. You right now person. Because I thought that book was already out. The way you talk about it and the things you share, and you're on live, right?
Yes.
Is it on a weekly basis now with that book?
Yes, it's a weekly basis. Currently now I'm running twice on Monday and Friday, every Monday and Friday. So I'm interviewing mompreneurs on my Facebook Live, on my Facebook fan page. And the reason why I'm doing this is because, in fact, I started interviewing 12 mompreneurs for my book initially. And because mom love to share, they say, do you know this mompreneur from where and where? I say, okay, I knew her, but I didn't know that she was a mompreneur. Because a lot of times when I work with my clients, if they don't wear a ring and they don't say that they are married, they don't talk about their kids, I would not know whether they are married or not. So through all the referrals, they will say, hey, you know this lady, she's also a mompreneur. So, okay, she's a mom. I didn't know that she's a mom. So I only know that she's my client. So when I approach her, they start sharing. And because of the timeline of my book, I can only squeeze in like 20 mompreneurs. And those who are in my book are mompreneurs that I truly know. I know them for many years. And for those who are referred, like maybe a new friend, a new mom, or new mompreneurs, that's where I created this Facebook Live show. I call it Mother Industrialist Live Show, where I interview mompreneurs that I've not met, I do not know about them, and this gives me an opportunity to know more about them. And for the people who are watching these live shows, the audience, they're also able to learn from them. I've done a few rounds, and how should I put it? When I do more shows, I realize that a lot of mompreneurs, they love to help a lot of other moms out there, because they were like them, but they were inspired by some mompreneurs stories. There are some inspiring models, role models, and some story relate back to them. Maybe some of them were doctors before, some of them was accountants before, and now they step up, they start their business. Or some of them love photography, they were a photographer, but they do not know how to build it into a business. And I have some mompreneurs, they are photographers, but they build a fantastic photography business now. So with all these stories, maybe there's just one story that will hit one of the moms that trigger them. Okay, if she can do it, I can do it. If she's a photographer with no business experience, she can build a photography business for the past 10 years. I can do that. So these are things that I want the audience to know. And with internet, with technology, even from Facebook, I'm able to touch more people out there with all these stories. because for me, I'm inspired by their stories. I want to bring all these stories out to the world, especially with technology. Because if you look at now, everybody is consuming data information from their cell phone, from their smartphone. And where is the best place for you to share all this information, share all this content? And Facebook Live is just one of the medium that we can share all this information. And all my videos are recorded and being posted in YouTube, so that more mothers will be able to watch this, and also getting some stories that will just inspire them and trigger them, and letting them know that living life on their own terms is possible. Yeah.
So, okay, I see where you have mompreneurs, that's what you call them.
Yes, yes.
They have wisdom and experience to share with them. What is one of the things that you're sharing with everybody in the book?
So for my part is, because from my observation from the past 10 years, I share the three P's, which is passion, profit, and purpose. That is something that I dive deep in my book that I share with them, and I kind of like deconstruct everything to tell the mothers that, okay, how can you build a business from passion? How can you build a business starting from just a purpose? How can you start building a business from using profit? How do you do that? So for example, like passion, like one of my mompreneurs, she's a photographer, and she basically created this category, which is maternity shots, newborn photography. That was about 9-10 years ago. There wasn't any such photography services back then. So because she's a mom, she was pregnant, and she wanted someone to shoot her maternity shot. So there wasn't any photographers, and back then, 9-10 years ago, there were more male photographers. It's more dominated by male photographers. So she couldn't find a female photographer that is good in maternity shots and all that. So instead of getting other people, she shot herself. So she basically adjusts the camera settings, everything. She put it on a stand and she just shoot herself. And she just post it on social media or share it with her friends. And her friends start asking her, how much do you pay to do that? I said, oh, I shot it myself. And she saw a demand for it. And she started to help her friends to shoot. And as demand grows, a lot of mothers liking it, she find that why not I can turn into a service. And she's just like maybe a freelance photographer. She starts shooting. And over time, she find that, okay, because back then it was more dominated by male photographers. She say that why not I create a photography studio that I basically recruit a lot of female photographers. I teach them how to do all this maternity shot, and basically until now her business has been running for the past 10 years, and it's really, really successful. It's one of the prestige and recognized and trusted photography studio specialized in maternity shots and newborn shots. So she basically created this crew of female photographers, and that became a trend. So she created this category. So from this example, I'm able to dive deep to, maybe let's say you love cooking. How can you profit? How can you monetize this to become a business? And because it's your passion, and what's the purpose? So with these three P's, I'm able to help the mothers to come up with a business model that works for them. Because over the years, I realized, because I'm a salesperson, a media salesperson, I work with companies, I work with SME companies, I work with marketers. I see companies going up, going down. So I see companies that does not make it over the years. And when I use these three pillars, which is passion, profit, and purpose, to evaluate their business, I realized what was wrong. And with the mompreneurs that I work with, and their business are still running, still going strong, because they have these three P's. And because these three P's, basically, if you put these three P's for any business that is successful, be it Apple, be it any big brands out there, you are able to see that, hey, there's a passion, there's a purpose, the purpose to the public, to the consumer, what advantage or how does it benefit the consumer, and why is it profitable? Because a lot of business, imagine if you have passion and purpose, but the business is not making money, over time, you can't survive because you need bread and butter and all the money to pay for expenses. So what if you take out another P? Let's say you have only your business only have a purpose and is profiting. Over time, you feel that there's no meaning for you to do it because you are not into the business, you are not passionate about it, and you are not able to come up with new ideas because you're not passionate about it. So that's why the company will go down over time, the business will go down over time. So what if you have a passion and it's making money, but it serves no purpose? So although the business may be running, but it will be stagnant because it's not helping more people. There's no purpose at all. There's no mission driving them. So over time, the business will not, either the owner may be selling the business out to someone else. The business will not run over time. So this is what I've observed throughout the years. And through my book, I'm also letting them know that with internet and with technology, anybody at anywhere, they can start a business just through online, through a website. And even like today, now we are on overseas call, we are in different time zone because of technology. So you are able to reach out to more people with technology and internet, and which our forefathers, our grandparents, our parents do not have this luxury benefit. That's why they have to work in terms of labor, exchanging time for money. But now with internet, all that, everybody can start a business from their mobile phone, from their laptop. Yeah.
Wow.
So in my book, I've shared with them like what is in the past, what is the present, what's going to be in the future. Because in future, there's going to be more, maybe more AI, artificial intelligence, and there's going to be automation, there's going to be robots. A lot of this technology is going to disrupt a lot of industry and causing there's a huge switch in job replacement. So in my book, they will be able to see what's upcoming for them. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. So how will they ever get this book in their hands?
So for this book, they can go to, okay, can you see this? Yeah. So they can go to this website, www.motherindustrialistbook.com, and grab a free downloadable copy of Mother Industrialist, my book.
So it's available now?
Yeah, it's available now. You download, you register yourself. So once the downloadable copy is available, you will receive it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how do people get in touch with you if they want to contact you?
They can go to my Facebook. They can key in Mother Industrialist. Yeah, Mother Industrialist. Onto Facebook, they can contact me through there. Private message me. Yeah, and a lot of content, a lot of my live show will be uploaded there, so they can watch it there to find out more information. And I'll be posting me with all the mompreneurs from different industry, so they are able to reach me there and find more information.
So why did you choose Mother Industrialist instead of Mother Entrepreneur? How did you decide that?
You mean for the title or for?
Yeah.
In fact, the title was given by my publisher, Jerry Robert, and in fact, initially I gave him the name of Mompreneurs, and that's it, Mompreneurs. So he was saying that okay, it's nice, but a lot of people are using new pronoun, add pronoun, a lot of different pronoun. He feel that there's no uniqueness, and that's where he came out with Mother Industrialist, which just resonate with me. And I took some time to go and find out what is the meaning of industrialist, because I don't seem to see any book title with using industrialist. And when I found it, it means that you are the authority, you are the guru, you are an expert in that specific industry. So when you say you are a mother industrialist, basically you are expert, you are authority, you are the person to look for in that industry. And because my book, I mean, I've interviewed 20 mompreneurs, so they are all the experts in the industry. And basically my book comprises of all that. and also that is where the mother industries comes about. It's not about me, it's about the mompreneurs that is in the industry, and also to all the mothers out there. And a lot of in fact, when I start talking about my book and start sharing about my book, a lot of audience or even my friends, they start asking me, why is a man writing a book about mothers? And that's where when I start sharing that about my background, I work with mothers who are businesswomen, who are entrepreneurs. Then they realize, oh, okay, I see. And for me, I'm a dad. I have an 8-year-old daughter. So a lot of them started to know, oh, that's the reason why. And when I cast because in fact, I cast a vision to them that why do I encourage mothers to step into entrepreneurship? It's because if you look at the economy now, or the whatever that is around us, a lot of our friends' jobs are at risk. Why? Because the industry is being replaced by technology, by robots, by automations. A lot of industry have been going through that, and that is current. And what is going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years? What is in for them if you are still in your corporate job, and the industry that you are in may be threatened by all these robots, because it's going to come eventually. And for me as a parent, I look further than that, because my daughter, she's 8 years old now. What happens when she graduated maybe 10, 15 years later? Will there be a job for her? Whatever that she's studying now, will she be able to end up with a job? Example, if let's say she's into accounting, okay, now she's studying accountancy. By the time she graduates, will be 15 years later. So with technology, with robots, with AI, maybe a lot of work that is done by the accountants will be replaced by all this technology. So just take for example, if in that school there's 100 students that graduate from accountancy, and these 100 students can only there's only 10 vacancy for the job, because they do not really need humans for a lot of accounting jobs, and because it's all replaced. So there's only 10 vacancy, and out of that 10 vacancy, 90 of them from that graduated will not get a job in accounting. And what will happen to all these 90%? They will need to switch career, they need to further their studies, but it's a question mark, because a lot of jobs, even let's say in the past 10 years, there wasn't jobs like social media expert, social media or digital marketers. There wasn't any of this job at all. It was created in the past 10 years. And in the past 10 years, there are companies that just came out from nowhere, like Airbnb, Facebook, Alibaba, all these companies that came out in the past 10 years. They do not exist in the past 20 years. And so what is going to happen for our children's future when you graduate? What is that world going to be? Because in the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to see a big switch, even for us as parents. Now, most of my friends, they are in their mid-30s, even for 40s. Are they able to even secure their own job? Then we do not have to think about what is going to happen for our children. It's a big question mark, because with technology, with the speed of technology and internet, things going to be different in the next 3 to 5 years. And what's going to for me, I can't imagine what's going to happen in the future, 15 years down the road, when my daughter graduates. What is going to be the society? What is going to be in the job industry? So that's where when I look into mompreneurship or entrepreneurship, imagine that because through the mompreneurs that I know, their kids are helping them with the business. Like one of them, she basically started just selling 2 products on her e-commerce website, and with that 2 products, now over about the course of 9 years, he had grown to a e-commerce website with 1,000 over products. And she has 2 daughters. One, if I'm not wrong, is 10. The other one is 8. And 2 of the daughters are helping her in the business, where she She goes to exhibitions, road shows. Her daughters are accompanying her, helping her with the business. Like her eldest daughter is doing like P&L using Excel sheet, and her youngest daughter is helping with the sales, like explaining product knowledge, what is this product all about. And they are just kids and able to inherit all this entrepreneurship, costing, P&L, which most kids will not be able to. But because their mom is an entrepreneur, she do her business. And with the business, is able to even bond the children with her, because she started her business that evolves around the children. She's doing baby products, she's doing baby pouches, baby slings, and she used all these baby pouches for her daughter. And now she has a newborn, a son, and she's reusing all these products, that the baby pouches that she created herself. So her business evolved around that. And this is something that I want to share with a lot of mothers out there, because imagine this is the kids of a mompreneur. But for a working mom, they will be in their job over and over again. So by the time when their children graduated from the university and they come out to the society to look for a job, but they realize that there's no job, there's no available, it's very competitive. The market that they're going in is very saturated. They are not able to secure a job. So what's going to happen? Because looking at their parents, they see that, oh, okay, my dad and mom, they are in a job. So for me, if I can't get into this job, I move to the next job. But it's going to be even tougher for them. Imagine they are specialized in accountancy, but the accounting industry is very saturated. They are not able to get a job. What are they going to do other than that? They're going to switch industry, right? So when they're going to switch industry, they are at a disadvantage among their peers. So what's going to happen? They will end up with a job they're not happy, and it will not last. They maybe keep changing jobs. But what if their parents, one of them is entrepreneur? Wow. The child will know that they have an option B, which is to start their own business, or they can inherit the family business. So that's the option B. So that's why I should say that entrepreneurship is one of the best ways for us to craft a better future for our children, because our children's future, for me now as a parent, is a question mark. What's going to happen for her? But I strongly believe that entrepreneurship is like a life skill, like a survival skill for our children. Because with all these skills, like entrepreneur, everywhere we go, we see opportunity. We see problems that we can solve. And problems that we can solve, it will turn out to be a business. For example, why is Uber so successful? Because they are solving a problem that a lot of people are not getting their cabs, their taxis, and they are getting and they don't own any cars or taxis that is available for them, because they are creating jobs for them. So they are solving a problem and also creating a convenience for a lot of people who are commuting around. Because there are times I believe that you cannot find a taxi that you want. And when you do not want a taxi, you see taxis zooming around. So Uber just basically solved this problem with just using an app with technology. So as entrepreneur, you're able to recognize that. And in my book, I talk about how can you find that? How can you build a business based on solving people's problems? Yeah. So with all these skill set, soft skills as an entrepreneur, you are able to survive, not just for yourself, also creating a role model for your children to see that, okay, Danny Mummies is grinding through, they're hustling, they're putting in the work, and that's why I have my nice clothes, I have my toys and stuff. So with that, subconsciously, the child will know that, okay, I need to do work. Nothing's fall from the sky. So they are able to work for it, and in future, they are definitely going to stand out from the rest of their peers. Yeah.
I agree. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah. Hey, Kenneth.
Yep.
You are on the Truth Will Set You Free show.
Yes, and thank you for inviting.
Like for you to share a truth for us to remember you by.
Wow, a truth. I can say that the truth for me is to finding my purpose of my life, to really find the true purpose of my life, and to be happy. Because in the past 10 years, I can say that I wasn't happy because um, I give a lot to people around me, and I've forgotten about myself. And after the course of 10 years, I realized that whatever I'm doing, although I love I love my family members, I love my relative, I love my children. But the key thing is you have to love yourself before you can love others. Because if you keep loving people, it's your life, and you have to love yourself for more. If not, over time, you will find that why are you giving so much? And you yourself, you're losing yourself. You feel that you're not doing things that you love. You're not doing things that you feel there's a purpose. You're not doing things that you feel happy. And over time, you realize that life has no meaning if you keep giving out to other people. You need to love yourself first. You need to give more to yourself, and people around you will feel it. Um, and that's where you can go and help others people. Like example, I always like to use this analogy. I believe that most people have taken a airplane before, and during emergency, the oxygen mask will come down first, right? If you have a child, the stewardess or steward, they will say that, okay, you have to put the mask on yourself first before you put on your child. At first, I do not understand that, because if you don't save yourself, you go and save the child, and the child is so vulnerable, and is still a child. So how is a child going to save other people? So you have to save yourself in order to save more people. That is what the meaning behind it. Why do you have to put the mask on yourself? To save yourself first, so that you can save others. So the truth that I want to share with other people is save yourself before you go and save other people. Because if not, you will be a burden to other people without you knowing it. Yeah, so that's my truth. This is what I realized, and even the thing that got me out of my depression.
Wonderful. Thank you for being on our show today, Kenneth.
No problem. I'm really blessed and thankful for you inviting me as a guest. I really hope that whatever I shared able to help a lot of people, inspire more people to love themselves more, so that they can love their loved ones. Yeah, able to spread their love out. Yeah, I'm really thankful and truly blessed. Yeah.
And I hope you come back one day. I'd like to talk with you again.
Yes, definitely.
You know how things going with that book, you know?
Yes, thanks a lot. Yeah, I worked really hard to get a book out. Yeah, and inspire more
mothers.
mothers.
For my free copy too, you know that.
Yes, definitely.
I'll definitely be glad to send you a review. I'm good at that.
Yes, thank you.
Well, you have a nice rest of the day.
You too.
Take care.
Thank you. Thanks, Linda. Thank you. Bye-bye.